All right, welcome. In this video, you're going to learn how to optimize your Google My Business listing in order to rank better and generate more leads for your company. We're going to start with the things you need to do daily and weekly to optimize your listing in order to get it to rank in that top 3 local pack for all the various services that your company offers. And then at the back end, we'll talk about building the foundation. We'll show you inside the dashboard step by step what you need to do to get this listing powered up. So first, weekly or daily, you need to upload job and team photos to your listing. Google My Business wants to see photos of your building inside and out, your staff, and then of course job photos, before and after photos, after new installs, etc. So you go into your Google My Business dashboard, and on the left-hand side, you click on Photos. There you would select, very important, a cover photo and a logo photo. And then you would upload your team, staff, and job photos. Okay? And then you would click on each of those photos after upload, or you can click on the blue button, to drag and drop photos in there and videos. And then once you have them in there, click on each photo individually, go to the upper right, and then tell Google, is this interior, exterior, my team, or at work? And do that for each photo. And that's how you optimize your photos. Next up is posts. You would do weekly posts. They last for 7 days in Google. So in here, you can do a variety of different kinds of posts where you would mention your specials. You could drag over a snippet of a blog post, etc. Again, you go into your Google My Business dashboard. On the left, near the top, is posts. You would click on that, and that's where your post will be. And you can, at the top is how you would start one. So you can have an offer, an update, add an event, or a product. Most common would be the add update. That would be just a simple post, but you should also offer offers and post events up there. And you can see you can add a photo and a link back to your site. You can share the post on Facebook, Twitter, email, or just copy the link and share it wherever you like. So very important to do that on a weekly basis, at least. If you're competitive, more so. Next up is customer reviews, which of course are important to your prospects looking to do business with you potentially. We recommend an automated reputation management system. We use GatherUp. There's also BirdEye and Broadly out there. There's several others. Important that they write first-party reviews direct on your website, but also third-party reviews to Google, Facebook, HomeAdvisor, etc. And you need to reply to them all. So go into your dashboard. You click on reviews and reply to them all, good or bad. Don't get in a piss and match with bad reviews. Just take it offline. Say, sorry you didn't have a great experience. Please contact me directly to see if we can resolve the problems. And then the fourth regular maintenance you need to do daily and weekly is to stop spam. These are your competitors slipping keywords into their business names in order to rank better in searches. So they slip in city and service names, and you need to go in there regularly and report that to Google. We recommend downloading the Google My Business phone app, especially if you turn on messaging, which we'll get into in a little bit on the foundation. But if you turn on messaging, you can only reply through the app. So you should have that app on your phone and on the front page of your phone so you can see the little notifications. Also, your phone will allow you to upload photos to your Google My Business, reply to reviews, etc. You can have all of your crew, if trusted, or leads out there have the app on their phones with manager access that you give them, and allow them to upload photos also. Or if you want better quality control, you can bring it in-house, so have everybody in the field take photos and then submit them to the office, and then the office can submit to the Google My Business listing. Okay, so next up is the foundation to your Google My Business listing. It's all the A to Z, the little particulars that Google My Business wants, all the fields that can be used and how to use them to your best benefit. So let's take a look at what a good versus a bad Google My Business listing looks like. A good listing has lots of photos, including photos of the team. It's got lots of Google reviews. It lists the phone number and days and hours open. It's got a website link and link for appointments. It's got reviews from other places on the web that Google's pulled in. It's showing the top 3 Google reviews recently. It's got a keyword optimized business description, and they're making regular posts to the listing. On the flip side, an incomplete Google My Business listing has little or no photos of the team. It's got a low number of Google reviews. It's got no phone number, no days and hours open, no links for appointments, no website link. It's got no other reviews that Google's found from the web, and they're making no posts. This listing has no chance of generating any leads at all or ranking in the maps. Okay, let's dive into the foundation of building your listing, because it is the single most important thing for ranking high in Google Maps is having a complete listing and then keeping it alive each and every day, week, and month. Keeping it active, engaging with it, and having consumers engage with it. Okay, so when you log into your Google My Business listing, this is your main dashboard. Any updates that Google wants to throw at you will be on this page here. They're trying to get you to advertise, of course, in Google Ads, get more reviews. There's a share review form. It'll show your latest posts, etc. We now have, of course, COVID-19 features that you can update your service availability, your hours, and post any COVID-19 updates you may have or require of your customers. Okay, everything else is going to be on the left side here on this menu panel, and that's what we're going to dive into here to set your foundation. So we've already touched on, and we will again, but posts, which is where you will make your weekly posts. So you click on there. Again, up at the top is where you would make your start your post. In this case, it was an offer, so I can upload a photo, put in a title, the start and end date for my offer, any additional details I want to write in here, coupon code, a link to the site, and then you would hit publish. Okay, and again, you should do that on a weekly basis and keep posts going regularly. And you just can click on there also to just create a post, which is the update one, is just a post. Then there's an event. So if you're having an event, when the date is, again, you can put more details in there, and a learn more button or even an order button right there on the post. Okay. A lot of time we'll spend here is on the info section. So we'll start at the top, make sure your business name and then later your address and phone number match exactly on your website and your Yelp listing, your Bing listing, and all other business listings across the web, citations commonly referred to. They all need to have the same name, address, and phone. If you have moved or changed your name, then these databases all have conflicting information that's hurting your website rankings as well as your business listing rankings, such as Google My Business, Bing, Yelp, etc. So they'll be very confused if they don't know that the name, address, and phone match exactly everywhere. So you'll need to do a citation audit and a citation cleanup if you have a lot of conflicts. So that's something to look into. Okay, so name, address, phone, and then very important is your categories and your subcategories. So as you can see for us, we're an internet marketing service, a marketing agency, web designer, and advertising agency. And these subcategories are extremely important. So if you're in plumbing, it would be probably plumber if you were an overall full service plumber. But then there's subcategories, and we have a complete video on category research and a free spreadsheet on how to that helps you guide you along on identifying which subcategories to use for your industry. But again, a plumber, for instance, might be plumber, and then drain cleaning, leak detection, maybe water damage restoration, etc. Solar might be solar marketing contractor, solar marketing, I forget that category, supplier. So there's several, an electrician, right? Or roofer perhaps, or both. So you need to have identify the best subcategories for your business and use only those that apply truly to your business. Okay, if you have a location where people come to you, you would put that in here. For us, we're an advertising marketing agency, so everything is done online and nationally or even internationally. So people do not come to our office. But if you have an office, a location where people can come and visit, then you should indeed put that in there and check the box to let Google know that you accept the public in your location. Next, you would hit your service areas. So you would list every single one. And I kept mine to just Southern California, even though we handle nationally because this is a local business directory. I'm not going to put the whole country in there, right? But for your company, your home service company, this would more likely just be towns within, for instance, within San Diego County, and that's probably all your service, right? So you would list each and every town that you do business with. Mind you that Google My Business and the Google Maps is extremely local driven. So people are going to get search results that are nearby their current location, right? So you can put like I'm not going to rank in Los Angeles County because I'm in Riverside County, my physical address, right? So I'm never going to rank in any of these counties in the Google Maps because it's location driven. Google is trying to serve up everybody like a pizza place, unfortunately. The nearest one to the searcher is what they serve up in the Google Maps. Okay, you want to make sure your hours are in there and they are correct. If they change, come into Google Maps and change them as additional hours. So maybe you have, if you're a restaurant, you have specific hours for brunch or delivery, etc., so on and so forth. Doesn't apply to me. In fact, this whole screen will look a little different depending on your main category, your main service. Okay, if I was a restaurant, there would be different things available to me. You definitely want to come in for special hours. These are holidays, and check off exactly which ones you're working, which ones you're not, what your hours are. That's a good indicator for Google to let them know that you are on top of your listing and optimizing it and informing the user of the correct information. Next is your phone, and you should actually have a call tracking phone number for service companies if you're doing advertising. Well, actually, even if you're not, you should have a call tracking phone number in there to track if phone calls from Google Maps is a desire of yours, which it is because you're watching this video. You should have a call tracking phone number as your primary phone number, and then your actual real business phone number there as the additional phone number, keeping again the name, address, phone, NAP, name, address, phone, identical on your website and all of your online listings. Okay? And this is the only listing I would recommend you put a call tracking phone number on. Do not put that on any other business listing like Yelp or Bing or others. You would want to use your real phone number there because, again, name, address, phone conflicts will arise. They don't have the same duplicate, a dual number here ability that Google My Business has. If they change, then by all means. This is a short code, short name that's new to Google My Business. So you would apply and they would issue that. You can just give somebody that. They could put it in an address bar and come right to your listing. Then next is your website listing. You can see that mine looks a little weird probably to you, and that's because I'm using a campaign URL that's trackable in Google Analytics. So when I go over to Google Analytics, I can tell exactly who has clicked on the website link in my Google My Business listing. It's very important that you do that so your analytics team can separate your SEO, your web team, or you yourself can identify how much website traffic you're getting from Google My Business to your website. You also want to eliminate as much as the quote-unquote direct traffic to your website, which is just unidentified traffic to your website in Google Analytics. And you would do the same thing. You use this campaign UTM to create a special link not only for Google My Business, but for Facebook, etc. I'm going to jump over there so I can take a look at what it looks like over there. Okay, this is the Google Analytics campaign URL builder. So we will put in some information here, and then it will give us a URL. And there's a little guide down below to help you do that. And you can use this for search engines like we're going to do right now for Google Analytics to tell us where Google My Business or how much Google My Business traffic we're getting to the website. But you can also use it for ads or email, cost per click, product campaigns, etc. You can get really detailed with identifying where that traffic is coming from. Okay, so for instance, you're going to type in your website address, and then we're talking about Google Maps is the campaign source, right? And Google My Business, so something like that, is the medium, and then GMB. And you can name these whatever you want, but they're going to show up in Google Analytics, so you need to be able to identify them easily. So once we put that in, then we have a URL such as that, or you can convert it to a short URL if you have an account with Bitly, or you can just sign in with Google or Facebook. I believe it's a free account. You'll get right in and you'll have a short URL you can use. And then you would just copy that URL and paste it into the website field in your Google My Business listing. And we'll head over there and do that. Okay, so now we're back in Google My Business, and we would put that URL right in there in our website URL. Okay, same for appointment URL, by the way. You can make one for there as well, and that you can have that go to a different spot on your website. So here was the root domain or the home page of my website. If you clicked on that, if you click on the appointment link, it'll take you to, in our case, our Contact Us page. Okay. So, and you do want to have a separate link there. Products, all right. You may or may not have products available in your listing. Depends again on your main category, but you do want to add products, and it allows you to pull in a photo, give it a name, It'll use one of the categories, your primary or subcategories that you chose in the very beginning at the top of your listing. And then you can put a price in or not, put a product description, add a button to go to your site, etc. And you should definitely take advantage of putting in product information. And these are my 3 subcategories so that I've chosen, right? So if I'm going to take you back there, because it's all new. So back again here, these were my categories and subcategories. And in the products section, I made sure that I had a product, at least one, in each category. Otherwise, I should not have the category, right? Okay, back to the info section. Moving right along. Appointment links, products, same with services. Again, this may or may not be available to you. This was an older feature, and they added the products a little later. But you still should have products and services for most home service companies, plumbers, electricians, solar companies, etc. And so you just want to add a service. If you don't see it defined by your categories, it has some suggestions, then you can just type in your service, whatever it may be, and then hit save. All right, let's just add one so you can see what I'm saying here. So let's say you're a plumber and you want to add drain cleaning. You would just add that. It'll probably show up as a subcategory there, a suggestion, but if it didn't, you would add drain cleaning. But see how mine have some description underneath that? So the way you do that is you then click on it. You can add a price if you want. So if it's $79 drain cleaning right there, that's where you would put it. You've got a 300 character service description you can put in, and then save. In my case, I'm going to delete the service. This is just a little test. Educational program going on here. And again, it's going to do it by your categories. So you see that's my primary category. That was a secondary. So was that. So was that. And I should probably get in here and expand on the ones with just a couple in there. So make sure, and you want to have these descriptions be as keyword optimized as possible. So relating to your area and the service and what people will type in looking for those services. Okay, so that's our services section. Let's go head back over to the info section and finish that up. And we left off at the services section. So now we've got from the business, health and safety, and service options. Here, these will vary by the type of business, your primary category. They used to have veteran-owned in there. They no longer do. You can identify the company as a black-owned business or women-led or women-owned business. Health and safety features in our current COVID times. And then if you offer online appointments, and you would just click apply. And then very important, which should be done well ahead of time, is a keyword optimized business description. You have 750 characters with which to write a optimized description stating, what you do, who you do it for, and then your business opening date. All right. And that takes care of the entire info section. If you had a store code, you were multiple locations, you could enter a store code there. If you wanted to put a label on there, that's fine also. And if you had a Google Ads call extension phone number, you could put that in there as well. All right, moving from the info section over to the left menu. Next down is Insights. Insights is mini analytics for just your Google My Business listing. It'll show you the top queries people are using to find you, the amount of times you're showing up in the maps and organic. It'll show you how many phone calls you're getting, and how many website visits and how many people are clicking on looking for directions to your location. So you want to monitor your insights, which you can do from the phone app as well, and just make sure you're trending flat or up instead of trending downward. Okay, reviews. Next up is reviews. So again, you want to attract more reviews. We recommend a reputation management software system. We use GatherUp, but there's BirdEye, Broadly, many others out there. You want to reply to all reviews, positive and negative. Just ask the negative ones to take it offline and contact you directly to try to solve the issue, and respond to all positive reviews as well. And you can come in here and click on haven't replied and sort out the ones you have yet to reply to. Okay, and reply to those. Messaging system. So if you download the Google My Business phone app and put it on your phone, then you can enable messaging. Unfortunately, you can only message through the app at the time of this video. You used to be able to do text, and then they switched internally just to the app itself. Hopefully they'll go back to a texting feature. But you can and should enable that if you're able to pay attention to your phone. I would recommend putting that app on page 1 of your phone so you can see the notifications. Okay, next up is photos. We talked about photos already. You want to upload team, staff, job, customer photos, photos of your building, your trucks, etc. And you need a cover photo as well as a logo that you want to put in there. Those are important, and then again you'll label them. So you click on each one, go to the upper right, that little I or information, and it'll give you some choices. Okay. Next up is products. We went over products in the info section, and we went over services in the info section as well. Further on down the line, we're going to get to a website. Google My Business offers you a free website on their platform. So this will already like preload for you, and it'll have some suggestion menus. You can go to a theme and change the colors as you see fit. All right, and then hit that check box. You can edit some of the text. Right, appointment links, etc. I should add that in there. I should have that in there. Right there, make appointment. So I will put it in. Boom. Okay, and you put in this description, summary header, and its own unique business description, what you do, how you benefit your customers, and then, whoops, save changes. And basically what this website is doing is taking art from your photos, and it's taking your posts and posting them up here, and further down it's taking your reviews. That's the description that we were writing, which is that edit right there. And then from photos from our photo gallery and our business hours and stuff. So there's nothing to add here. As you add your posts, your photos, and reviews, this website will automatically grow on its own. But you do need to start it. So when you're first getting your listing going, you want to make sure you follow all the little pop-ups that'll come up here, and then it'll say somewhere up here post or publish site, and then you'll hit that. Okay, you can add users to your account, and they can be managers or owners. You should have at least one backup manager. in case something happens, that you have somebody who can access the listing and make edits to it. You can connect, through Google Ads, you can request a link to your Google My Business account, which you should do, because for Google Ads, you can add a location extension, and that'll help your ads in near me searches, right? So for your Google Ads, you need to link to your Google My Business, or it would be helpful in your near me location searches. It helps Google pinpoint your exact location for searches. Okay, and if you have multiple locations, of course, you want to create a separate Google My Business listing for each and every one of your locations. Its own unique address. It'll have the same name. It should have its own unique phone number, probably. And then you might even have like a location number. This is, location unit 001, 002, etc. And you would just click on that to add a new location. Custom Gmail is integrating it with Google Suites, so they're just simply advertising their own Google Suites there. Okay, so that is the building a solid foundation behind your Google My Business listing. And then again, the maintenance is you're going to consistently weekly post, or better. You're going to consistently get reviews, hopefully with an automated reputation management system. You're going to consistently upload photographs of jobs, customers, the team, your building, your trucks, your fleet, etc. The products and services, if they change, you want to come in here and change. And again, you want to consistently keep your holiday hours up to date. Everything else, of course, up to date as well. Should you expand or contract your service area, you want to come in here and change that as well. Okay. Bonus tip number 1 is to ask customers to upload photographs of installations, before and after, new products, them holding placards with 5 stars on it, or a thumbs up standing next to your technician. All customer photos uploaded to your account help empower your listing. They have a little bit more weight than your business photos because they're coming from the consumer themselves. Bonus tip number 2 is to embed your Google My Business listing onto your website, your About Us page, your Contact Us page, and your home page. Go to Google, search for your name, city, and state, your business name, city, and state. Then click on the Maps menu just below the search bar, and that will load Google Maps and your listing. If not, click on your listing, and then click on the Share button, an icon, and then click on the Embed a Map, and then finally click on Copy HTML, and you now have the code to embed that on those pages on your website, About Us, Contact Us, and your homepage. Bonus tip number 3, add strategic citations. Put your business listing in other business directories like Bing, Yellow Book, Apple Maps, Easy Local, House, Home Advisor, Angie's List. There's literally hundreds of them that pertain to your location or your industry, or they're just large national databases that you need to be in. There's the aggregators as well, Foursquare, Factual, Axiom. Bonus tip number 4 is to add a reviews page to your website and provide a link and make it easy for someone to place a review on your Google My Business listing. Bonus tip number 5 is, and the final one, is to publish press releases, often quarterly, monthly, and in some or all of those. Provide a link to your Google My Business website. So if you go back to that your Google My Business website. It has its own URL. So click on view site and then copy the URL. Use that as a link in press releases. You can use a link to the listing itself as well, and this will help power up your listing and drive some traffic to it as well, local traffic. So that's our how to optimize your Google My Business listing. If you follow all of those tactics, I guarantee you will empower your listing. If you keep it up and you're diligent and you track your competition to see what they're doing and just do more and better, then you will rise up into that local 3-pack and really affect the number of phone calls your company gets and the leads you generate. We wish you luck. Enjoy. Thanks for listening and watching. We appreciate your time. Create a great day.